Welcome back to Shields of Shame. Thank you for your valued support. In this video, we delve deeper into the scandalous saga of Allison Walker and Brandon Beckman. Brandon, a former captain from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office in Augusta, Georgia, finds himself embroiled in controversy after an illicit affair with street cop Allison comes to light. Brandon's predilection for young female officers becomes apparent as we uncover shocking details of his manipulative behavior, using his position to advance their careers while seeking personal gratification outside of work. With a career spanning over 2 decades in law enforcement, questions arise about the extent of his exploitation of vulnerable colleagues. But fate takes an unexpected turn when Allison finds herself temporarily assigned to a patrol car equipped with a fully operational dash cam. Unbeknownst to her, her clandestine rendezvous with Captain Brandon Beckman behind the deserted walls of the abandoned mall in Augusta is captured on the dash cam. From casual chats to discussing professional matters, the interviews don't miss a beat, revealing secrets that were meant to stay hidden. Don't miss out on the next chapter. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. And for those who want to support more exclusive content like this, consider becoming a member. Remember, it's crucial to document your interactions with all public servants, not just police. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and join us on this electrifying journey into the heart of law enforcement intrigue. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share.
All right, I'm Sergeant John Perry. I got Sergeant Caleb Lee and Captain Brandon Beckman in Internal Affairs, and it's August the 25th, 2023 at 9:09 a.m. I'll start like I start with everybody, even though I know the answers. You're a captain in CID. How long have you been in that role?
Since right at 2 years, the end of this month.
And how long have you been on the department?
24 years and change.
Gotcha. So we were assigned to investigate a possible or alleged relationship between you and Investigator Walker. So what is your relationship with Investigator Walker?
Friends, mentor, that's it.
And work?
Yeah, just works. I mean, mentoring, that's part of work, is mentoring.
I mean, how did y'all form that relationship? When did that start?
Started helping her, or talking to her about coming to CID back, I think it was last year sometime. I mean, it's been a while. Started talking to her about coming to CID. I'd heard she was interested, like I do with every candidate, and I guess, maybe you should talk about all of them too. I literally go and sit down, talk with them, find out where their headspace is, why they want to come to CID. I do this with every candidate. I talk to all the people they ride next to. I talk to all of their supervisors and all of their supervisors, and I get a general consensus of each candidate. She was really interested in coming to CID, and her whole basis was she wanted to get some. I know she's doing school right now, so she's trying to get a degree, and she's trying to go toward the FBI. That is her end goal. So I was like, okay, I understand that. That's good. The CID experience would be good for that. So she originally wanted narcotics, and I said, violent crimes or something like that would probably be better for the FBI. If you wanted to go a different route, I would choose narcotics. If you want to do DEA or something, but I think going violent crimes would be smarter. So she said, okay, I could do that. And that's basically it. I mean, I've just been, helping her through the whole process, and trying to keep her upbeat and motivated. She gets, I know, like most women do in our profession, is they suffer a lot of, a push to say, hey, you can do this, you got this. That's basically it.
Any contact outside of work?
Just to go pick up and take her to go get a car, or that's it?
We talked to her yesterday, and you dog sat.
Yeah, a
For
dog
her?
sat, yeah.
Um,
And I took matter of fact, I'll tell you about that whole thing. So she was talking to someone, and I think she was talking to Haskins at the time, said she needed somebody to watch the dog. She didn't have anybody. And I was like, it's the perfect thing. I'm going through a divorce, so I said, you know what? I'll dog sit. We don't have a dog at my house because they don't like keeping up with it. So I said, you know what? I'll do it. Literally had somebody with me both times when I went over there, both times.
okay. And then any other times where I think you said you gave her rides to or from the shop when she had to deal with a car?
The shop, and I took her to her, I think she had to go get her personal car, and she didn't have anybody to go take her to, I think it's her dad's house. I don't know. I was told, hey, turn here, turn here, turn here. I have no clue where it was. It was like out in Evans. And she went to go get her personal car. That was it.
Any lunches, dinners?
We went to lunch a couple times just to talk about work.
Was that during working hours?
Yes,
While
working
both
hours.
of you were working?
Working, both of us in uniform,
You remember if y'all rode together or did you drive separate?
separate.
Okay. Have you heard the rumors?
Oh, there's been rumors going out, especially once I watched her dog, had the dog stay over at my house. And so they started some bull crap with her, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is somebody that works for me. I'm not going to jeopardize my job or her job to have some type of relationship. I'm literally watching a dog, and that's it. And matter of fact, my kids both had a great time that weekend enjoying time with the dog because we don't have a dog.
It's basically little small, I wouldn't really call them favors. You kind of help what you do for other people.
I do this for everybody.
So if me or Caleb called you and you were able and said, hey, can you give me a ride to the shop? You have no issues.
No issues at all.
And you've done that for other
literally,
people.
I've done that for the road patrol, traffic, our people, my people. I do that for anybody. I'm probably one of the nicest people, and a lot of times it gets me in trouble because everybody sees it as, oh, there's something going on. Are you kidding me? I'm just a nice person. That's me. That's me being me.
Part of this allegation, too, is that she may be receiving preferential treatment.
No, she's in the FTO program, and she's still in it. Matter of fact, she came up a day after Alex Haskins, and she is still in the program. Alex is already tested out. She has not tested out yet. She's actually still in her sink or swim phase because there's been several nights where she hasn't had a call, so they just extended it. It's literally still being extended until she finishes and Mr. Brown decides, hey, I think she's ready, and then Madden goes from there, and that's it. So there's no preferential treatment. She's literally still in the program. If there's preferential treatment, I think she would already been done the same time Alex was. And Alex was done, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I mean, how's she doing?
She seems to be doing okay. Her notes seem to be pretty good. I mean, everything I've seen, she seems like she can do the job easily. And I think that's just something you work through. I think any of us that have been through investigation, both of y'all have been through it. You know, when you first do the job, you're like, oh shit, I'm overwhelmed. But really, it's one step at a time. Like I tell everybody, it's one step at a time. You can only do one thing at a time. Go all the steps and go through the case. It's easy.
I mean, I went out and talked with supervisors on how her performance is and what the deal is, and they all say that she doesn't seem to be doing okay.
Well, I mean, looking at her notes, it looks like she knows how to do her job.
They say that she might have to go through the whole start over, the whole sink and swim process again.
I have no earthly idea. She's been in sink or swim for 2 or 3 weeks now. I don't know. I haven't been told that. And to look on the FTO thing, which is online now, I mean, to look at it, it looks like when Brown says, oh, we didn't have anything this night, so we didn't use this as a sink or swim night. Whenever she has a thing, it says she worked this case, she did really well on it. I mean, all the notes are in there.
I think that there's an issue where, and it probably doesn't look good, but if you're her mentor, you were her mentor before she came up to CID.
Correct.
And so she still uses you as the mentor now.
Mm-hmm.
And so if she has issues,
I mean,
she might be
and if I need to
bypassing
not
the
be her
chain.
mentor, I understand that. I can find somebody to be her mentor. That's an easy fix. But I mean, I've been working with her before she came up to CID. When she was on the road, I was trying to help her. Hey, take these classes, do this stuff, get yourself prepared for the job.
Oh, we're not saying that. It's just, you know how it is, man. Like, it's that appearance of you were the mentor before, and then so if she is someone you trust, but now you're now you're her captain, and so if she's asking you questions, it seems like then she's jumping the chain. Because you are her captain, and she's telling you stuff that's going on. Now she's skipping the sergeant, because who was her sergeant? Tredor, and her lieutenant, and the sometimes of what going over to major. It just like that's the issue, because you are in a position that you can do something about it now, and that would be hard.
I mean, I'm not going to. I mean, I'm
but that's where these allegations happen, though.
Well,
it's like,
I mean,
oh yeah, would you get preferential treatment now because you got a direct line to Brandon?
What I don't understand is how that would be preferential when she's still doing the program. If it was preferential, I would have told them, just pass her through. Well, that's not the case. If she's not quite ready, she's not quite ready. I understand that. Hey, everybody needs different times of training and stuff, so how is that being preferential? That's what I don't understand.
So you never, just like for the record, you've never like said, hey, we got to get her through faster than...
No.
You haven't said...
Literally,
if you don't
Alex
get her
Haskins,
through.
I said, matter of fact, I reached out to Brown probably a week or two ago, and I said, where's she at in it? How is she doing? I said, I know Haskins is done, and she literally came up one day after him. And so I just asked, hey, where is she at? Okay, perfect.
And that was that because she was complaining about not getting her?
No. She hadn't complained to me at all about still being in the sink or swim. She understands the whole point of sink or swim, to my knowledge.
Does she have issues with Brown and her training?
No. Not that I know of.
I mean, what if she talked to you about as far as that training process? Because you know how it is. There's people that just clash,
right?
And y'all switch FTS.
The only thing she's talked about is half the time Brown's not there. She always tries to get to work early, and Brown half the time doesn't come in until they get a call or something like that. And she doesn't understand that. And I'm like, well, everybody's different, and he's got stuff going on at home, and that's his thing. But I said he needs to be reaching out, and I said, just like you, if you have something going on, you reach out to your supervisor and let them know. Plain and simple.
But when you tell her that, are you telling her that she needs to call Brown, or are you calling Brown on her behalf?
No, no. I only asked where she was in the process. That's it. That's all I asked. And then to let Brown know that he's got cases back from 2020, the beginning of 2022, that are still open that I would like him to work on. And him not being in the office makes it hard for anybody to have a leg to stand on if you get in trouble for not having cases in. So I told him, be mindful of that, because Pat looks at this all the time. I'm not as big on that type of stuff, only to the point that I like to get them to get it off their list of stuff to do, because it's less stress on them.
I know you actually are more than relaxed, laid back, but until it gets to the point where you have to.
Correct.
And I know that about you.
So transitioning into Brown, do you feel like you've ever put any pressure on Brown
to push her through? No.
No. Have you? You said you talked to Brown or messaged Brown about the cases he's behind on. that have anything to do with him training Walker?
No. There's nothing to do with that.
Do you review other people's?
I review
Cases, just how they
everyone's
are?
cases. Matter of fact, I'm on Terry Gore right now because he has 35 cases that are over 30 days. So I literally get with everybody that's over on their cases. Everyone. Matter of fact, I just talked to Manicky because Manicky has 13 cases. Brown has 15. Everybody that gets into double digits, I have a concern about because it puts more stress on them, and then they kind of just, I guess they get overwhelmed, and then they don't know what to do, and so I try to help everyone that gets behind on cases. That is my job. I do that for all of CID. I do that for financial crimes, property crimes, violent crimes, all of it. It is all mine. I have to look
you're
at
the captain overall.
Right. I have to look at I have to keep up with the cases. And then I have to let the major know, hey, this is where everybody's sitting on their cases, and these are the people I've talked to. These are the people I've done reviews on their cases. You can look at anybody's cases. If they have a ton of cases, I probably have done a review on every one of them. Every single case. That's what I do. I look at every case and try to figure out, hey, can we close this case? Maybe this will help them get a little relief and not feel like they're stressed out all the time. I do that for everybody.
So nothing singled out towards Brown. I do
I do this for everybody.
Treat everybody the same.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I mean, let's stick on the training here. Something that was told to us by, I mean, it's hard to say because you are the captain and you could do something about it. But the thing that was relayed to us by Walker was Brown, so in the sink or swim, she does her notes and all that stuff, but he didn't give her a score. He only considered it an observation day because she didn't do an interview. She's like, I was literally throwing up in the wastebasket, at my desk. And she's like, yeah, he doesn't show up to work until 12 o'clock because he's not feeling well. She's like, I'm throwing up, but I still came to work.
Right.
So it almost made it seem, correct me if I'm wrong, there seemed to be some issues between them.
It does seem like to be some issues between them, but I mean, to talk to Brown doesn't have any issues that he said to me about it. And she hasn't said anything other than he's just not there. And she feels like she has to go to manga to ask questions if she has questions on trying to finish up a case.
She said she's scared to ask a question.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? My
and
thought
I
was,
said,
why
well,
do we know this?
and I've actually told her, I said, you need to get with Treador, because that's your sergeant, and he's over Brown too. I said, see if y'all can sit down and talk out whatever problems there are. Because I'm not going to sit down and talk out problems with everybody. I don't have time to do that. Holy crap, I'd be doing that 24/7 and still never be caught up.
Yeah, it just seems like there's a bunch of jumps. People were saying well, they've had meetings, and then somebody said she even got wrote up, which is crazy because I can't remember anybody getting written up during their FTO phase.
Yeah, I don't know anything about a write-up.
Okay,
it's never been brought to my attention.
I don't either. I mean, I'm just giving stuff that was said. So,
but it could have been, sometimes they do those unofficial write-ups upstairs.
Yeah, it could have been, but it's never been brought to my attention by either Brown or her or Treador or Madden.
Yeah, this just seems to me like there's issues, and then they've talked about it, but it doesn't seem like anything's been resolved. And then when we start pressuring people when we're talking to them about it, they're saying, we don't want to say anything bad because retribution from Brandon.
I've never had retribution toward anybody. That makes me laugh because that's some bull crap. I don't hold anything against anybody. I don't.
I mean, I haven't seen it. I mean, I've never seen you do it.
Matter of fact,
personally,
my first time is this week when Pat wrote me up for doing what he said he was going to do, and he wrote me up for it. And I got upset, but all I did was signed it and walked out the door. Didn't say anything to him. I literally don't hold anything against anybody. That's what makes no sense to me.
Okay.
And y'all known me longer than most of the people that are up here in CID now. I've never held anything against anybody.
We can know it, but when somebody comes and gives all these allegations, we have to
Well, I understand. I understand.
go through.
And I guarantee you, whoever this was, I probably don't speak to them much at all. For good reason.
Get to the meat of it and get it out of the way. Any sexual contact between you and Walker?
No.
Okay.
Been in a relationship with her?
No. Matter of fact, that was discussed. I said, if you come to CID, I could never have anything to do with you anyway because that would be against our policy to begin with. So I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize you or me. That's plain and simple.
An anonymous source, truly anonymous. I wouldn't lie to you. We don't lie in here.
Yeah, I don't care.
They don't work here. That's what's crazy.
Okay.
They sent that to us.
Okay.
Is that your car?
Yeah, that is.
Where are you at right there?
That's hard to tell.
I can't really
Not trying
tell.
to trick you. We were told that that's a picture of your car leaving her apartment complex
With her in the passenger seat.
with her in the passenger seat. And she wasn't dressed in work clothes is what we were told.
And that could have been when I took her to go to her dad's house to go get her personal car. I don't know. It says June 8th, but I couldn't tell you when that was. No clue, but I haven't gone anywhere. I mean, I'm in my work car. I'm going to be in a uniform. If I'm in my work car, I'm in a uniform.
So it wasn't for a date or any sexual
No.
contact.
Hell no. Hell no.
So it would have been for giving her a ride either to pick up her personal car or her work car.
Work car.
I mean, it's 2
And
months ago.
she's had numerous problems with her car.
Yeah, I think
So
she said
the
she was on,
original
like, her
car she
third
got,
car.
she ended up having to turn it in, and they ended up having to fix the seats because there was holes like this on the left-hand side of the seat, and it turned out it was on the right-hand side too. So they took that car and they had it for a while. So I gave her another car. Well, that car, the AC went out and a bunch of other problems. So I helped her get that car down there and gave her another car, and she's had problems with that. Finally got one of the cars back that was working good and gave her that car and said, here, keep this. Should be fine now. But yeah, I mean, she's had numerous problems with cars. I mean, that's just our fleet. Our fleet sucks.
Gotcha.
Most of it's Impalas that we should have never got to begin with. But yeah, as far as June 8th, yeah, I have no reason to think that it would be anything other than me taking her to go get her vehicle.
And you've done that with other people too.
I've done that with everybody. I've literally done that with tons of people. If somebody calls me, and people call me if they're drunk. If they're drunk, whatever I'm doing, if I'm sleeping, I will get my butt up and go pick somebody up because I don't want them driving drunk. I literally do this for everyone that works for me. I do it for the road patrol. That's what's weird. I literally do this for everybody.
Earlier you were saying like you always drove separately. You're talking about like to the pizza joint to
Yeah, the
lunch,
pizza
or,
joint,
or
yeah.
she's riding with you. during
No,
that
she
stuff?
never rode with me to go eat. No, we've literally rode separately every single time. I think it was twice.
Okay. Dude, this hurts, man. Like it's hard for me. I'm just being honest.
Oh,
with you.
I understand. I mean,
But like
I hate y'all are in this position to begin with, but
we know that you and Walker have communicated prior to CID, which you said you were talking to her and all that stuff about CID and all
Yeah.
that. We know that there was a chance that y'all were trying to form a relationship, but it was squashed.
yes.
Okay. Tell me about that.
Mm.
What
And
did
it
y'all do?
really wasn't. And it really wasn't forming a relationship, I would say. I think we were talking one night, and she went to go give me a kiss, and I returned the favor, but I think that was it. And that was, I think, last year. I believe. I'm not positive, but I think it was last year. It was long before she came to CID, because she didn't come to CID until May the 2nd of this year. So it was long before that, and I told her, no, we can't do anything. And, we both came to the understanding, we're both sorry that we even did that to begin with. And I was like, I'm your mentor. And she's like, yes, you are my mentor, and you've helped me through a lot of stuff, and I've heard stories about stuff she's been through when she was younger.
Did you initiate the kiss, or did she? Or was it mutual?
I think I really don't remember, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's been a while, so I couldn't tell you.
And during that time, were y'all sending, text each other? I mean, we're dudes. Hey, you look great. Hey, you look great today. Can't wait to see you whenever. Or, did she send you any photos? Did you send her any photos?
No. We've never said anything inappropriate at all. No.
I mean, did y'all talk about, dating and all that stuff?
No, we actually never talked about dating.
Well, we're going to have to look at your cell phone, but only you and her stuff.
Which phone do you communicate with her on? That's your
personal.
phone?
It's my personal phone.
Yeah. We don't want to go through your messages, just messages to or from her.
Yeah.
We don't want to see anything else.
Last time I had a message from her was back when I took care of her dog, which was July. There it is. And really, I haven't really talked to her since. That's the beginning, April.
Oh, yeah. Got a case report. She's freaking out.
Yeah. And a lot of times when she calls me from the work number. Sometimes from her cell phone number. It's always about work, which I'm trying to get her through. But I will refer her to someone else from now on, so there's no...
I mean, you could be a mentor. You know that.
Yeah,
the sheriff is an advocate of that.
Now, there's some pictures back and forth of me sending her pictures of her dog when I was taking care of it with the kids.
Makes
Literally,
sense. Yeah.
I mean... And then she thanked me for taking care of her baby, which she calls her dog her baby.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a supervisor mentoring somebody that they supervise. To me, that's kind of a normal thing for a supervisor to do.
And I guess
but you know
it's
how
looked at different.
You know how this place is.
Oh, I know. Stuff spread like wildfire.
It could spread. It could start today. If I spent too long talking to any female in this building, a rumor would be started by somebody.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That's why I'm not going to date anybody on the sheriff's office.
And
period,
I could be talking to her.
because
It doesn't matter.
I'm so sick of the nonsense.
It doesn't matter what you talk to them about.
Oh,
if
no.
they say, "Hey, he was in our office for 30 minutes," they must be doing something. You know how people
Oh,
are.
I know. It is ridiculous. This is why I don't like people. I mean, I'm good with people, and I help people, or I try to. But when stupid stuff like this happens, I literally want to just draw back up and not help anybody with anything.
But that's not who you are.
But that is not. I literally will go out of my way to help anybody. I'll give somebody the shirt off my back. I'll give them the last...
and the call log, just so we cover our bases.
I'm not even sure if I have a call log on her, but let's look. Allison. History. No, I don't have it. There's no history in here.
Okay.
They want us to take your county phone.
Okay.
Even though you're the duty commander.
He
No,
just
not anymore.
finished.
Oh,
No.
He got done at 8 o'clock this morning.
oh, nice.
So, just to cover it,
Is there what's the password?
Let me see, because I don't remember which one it is. I think it's 1973-1013. It is.
What is it?
1973-1013. It's my birthday.
1973 10
1013. It's my birthday.
1013.
you are
1973 1013.
2 months older than I am. I didn't know we were that close. Obviously, they're going to pull text messages, potentially GPS. Is anything going to be found that we should know about now?
Not with me and her, no.
That covers everything.
I mean, it does. I would say don't let this influence you being you.
It's kind of hard to.
It is,
It
but
is. You're human. Yeah, I mean,
it is, but I mean, I know. I can assume Caleb knows, but I know that if I needed anything, you're one of those people that I could go to.
Always.
And-
I mean, my phone's on 24/7.
That's just who you are. And it shouldn't matter if it's the person that comes to you is male or female. It just sucks that stupid shit gets stirred up around here because people like to stir up stupid shit.
Correct.
CID especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, we love you. It sucks, but I view it as this. I'm sure, as much as we try to keep this confidential down here, people are probably already talking about it.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
But to me, that's a good thing.
Even though we tell each person, you would want anything you tell us to be confidential, so keep this to yourself. They still do it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't tell anybody any of my business because I'm literally sick of people being in my business.
But I view it as if they do know about this going on, then at least now this is the moment to get it all out. I mean, just remain you, be fair, be consistent, CYA,
No.
write that shit down whenever you meet, what y'all discuss. And I'm talking about.
I'm not meeting anybody for.
Well, I'm talking about with anybody. I'm talking about in your office
Oh.
with any investigator.
Well, I always, if somebody comes in my office, I try to have somebody else in there with me
Yeah,
because I don't want anything. I mean, even though it's in my office, like, are you kidding me?
And the reason there's two of us in here is so nobody can say, because it's no secret that we know you.
Yeah.
And we're friends. It's so nobody can say, oh, Caleb did it by himself and he and Brandon are friends, so he took care of Brandon. Or vice versa with me.
Right.
because they'll all know we've played golf together and been on trips together. If it's made it down here to us, to IA, then I would just be extra diligent to see why yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I've heard the rumor
Matter of
before
fact-
it came here.
Matter of fact, I've already told her that I'm not going to pick her up and take her to the shop anymore. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going over to her place for anything. And it was only to pick her up and take her somewhere, but that's it, literally. And I told her, I'm not doing that anymore. Matter of fact, I have not had it. As soon as I heard the rumor started, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not meeting you for eating. I'm not, nothing. I don't care if it's about work or not. Don't care. I'm not going to have this.
But I mean, obviously, as the captain, you may have to maybe something that, like, whatever, if it comes with, like, the Brown and her issues, if there are issues, I mean, as the captain of CID, I mean, you might have to intervene.
I might
there.
have to intervene, but I mean, I'm trying to let my sergeant and lieutenant take care of that.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for.
But I mean, even
And
if you
then
have
I'm
to
not
get
going to
Pat,
get I'm not getting involved with getting anybody and passing anybody through, because if they screw up somewhere down the line, then that would be on me. And no, everybody gets the same fair shake as everybody else. If you pass, you pass. If you don't, you don't. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah. And if she doesn't make it through, she doesn't make it through. It has nothing to do with me. I mean, granted, I want to see everybody succeed, but, you know, CID is not for everybody. Y'all know that.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that everything?
Yeah. It covers it. Let's conclude the interview at 9.